Hey, friend. Not too long ago, like 1 or 2 weeks ago, I searched up like marth Smash Bros or something because I was bored on YouTube, um, and I got recommended this video like that was a marth guide. Although it seemed pretty entry level and like more so targeted at like entertainment or like venting or something. And it didn't include what I like mostly value in guide videos, and that is like sharing tricks that you use with a certain character. I've been seeing more and more Marth players on on Wi-Fi do this. I've been seeing more Marths on Wi-Fi doing things that I saw in the guide, and I wanted to sort of make a video explaining what I think I like to do with Marth. And this is what this is going to be. And I just want to start it with quickly. I want to talk about this move. Marth forwarder is. Excuse me. Marth forwarder is like the quintessential move. It is like the Marth signature move. The thing about Marth forwarder though is I don't really use it. At least not consciously. It's a very much I just throw this out there because I want to hit you with it. And if I hit you, cool. That's whatever. If I don't, oh well. It's pretty fast. The move comes out so quickly that I can just like throw it out freely and then I can jump back to safety. That both took room. And then I'm over here. And I can also send into tumble fairly early. Not as early as backer. But yeah, I can send into tumble. It also comes out fairly quickly. So you can use it if you don't think you're going to be able to get another extension like backer on DIO on this. I sometimes go for a full-out forwarder. It takes a lot of practice and it might be frame perfect. I haven't tested it, but I'm not consistent at it, so it might be. See, I use this as sort of like a swatting move. I don't usually, it's one of those moves that I don't really ever try to hit. It's just one of those things that if I hit it, I'm like, I'm a happy girl. And if I don't hit it, that's okay too. It's not super committal. Really. And it just like puts them in a bad position. You can also do combos off of it. But those are fairly specific. Like I usually like to do them off of running platforms so you can get a lot of reward off of it on some characters. Min-Min's crouch seems to be, or Min-Min's grounded hits animation seems to be fairly low, so it's kind of hard to use. But you can combo into things like tip of forward smash. If you have drift forward, you can combo it into this at so many different percents. You can combo it into rising up air. I just want to get that again. I don't know how I got down smash there. I didn't. Oh well. And I like just to throw it out when I want to hit somebody. It's not a very conscious thing. If I just want to hit somebody, I'll throw it forward air. Oh. I've been trying to get better at doing no drift forwarders because I prefer them a lot more. So I do a lot of rising forwarders, but I try to make sure I do them in a way that like keeps me safe. How would I do? Oh well. And there's also some IDJ setups you can do with it. I'm not very consistent at those, you know, as I just do it. I'm fairly good at IDJ, but it's not something I feel comfortable really doing, if that makes sense. But it's super duper fun to use if you're able to IDJ, and if you're able to IDJ and you want to play Marth, I do recommend it. I want them on a low high percent. Oh no, they're too high. I just wanted to show off something that I do on some characters sometimes. It's fairly tight. But if you do Nair, like before it sends in tumble, I don't know why it's sending in a tumble. And then you combo into like a delayed rising, a delayed forwarder. Like that. And if it doesn't send in tumble as well, you can combo into a down smash. This probably is too high. And combo into down smash. I think this is too low. I don't know what it is about Min-Min, but I'm having a lot of. But I've tried practicing, like doing like a rehearsal of this just a moment ago. And Min-Min is super hard to follow up off of. So I won't try that again because it's not very fun to watch. See, this is generally just a move that I just throw out quickly. in comparison to neutral air, which is usually the move that I use to hit people in front of me. Because this move is quick, it's not super quick, it covers a lot of space and puts them in a horrible position like that. And combined with moves like forward air that are really quick, you have a different timing to deal with. And I can just always choose to just not go for a neutral air. I just, you know, I can just not. I can go for different kinds of neutral airs. Like, I can also do, like, a landing neutral air like that and still get my punish. I didn't mean to full hop there, but I got a coyote time, so I got a guaranteed full hop. How the heck connect? A neutral air is incredibly good at just controlling space, and it's, like, my favorite move of Marth. It's like, you'll see me a lot of times, you'll see me, like, jump and then, like, go for another neutral air. If they're on the platform right here, these go on the platform. Oh, I also use Nair as like just a quick conversion ender. You saw that earlier. If I don't feel confident in another move, and I also use it for anti-airs or air-to-airs, and when people are on platforms, because I can get a lot of reward off it in that position, and it can throw them off stage if they get hit the right way. And when someone's on a platform, right, I can use neutral air to mess with them. It only really works if they're in shield because of the way neutral air works. I don't feel like that should be a problem with neutral air, but it is, and something we have to deal with because I guess they didn't really feel like fixing it. I feel like they made a problem that they already had a solution for. See, I use it to sort of mess with people on platforms a lot, or sometimes. I really wish I could do it more frequently, and also because of that same issue, it makes it really difficult to sort of get a good punish off of, because you need really, really precise drift already to get a neutral air punish. But then you need to combine it with, like, either wasting your double jump or having, like, using your double jump, which resets your momentum. It's really difficult to use, unfortunately. Nair 1 can be used as, like, also as, like, a combo extender. It's really convenient that they're on the platform, because I didn't actually plan this. Seriously? Because I didn't, like, plan this to go this way, but this is, like, super convenient that they're already on the platform. I want to get this for the people. Okay, a little bit higher. They're at like 60, 70. Would have been awesome if I got it early. So yeah, this neutral air is extremely versatile, and it's like the main move with Marth that I like to use in neutral. Seriously. Absolutely go for this in bracket, by the way. Never not try and go for it. This is like the only time, I only discovered this earlier today, with Marth, and it doesn't seem to be nearly as good as Croy, that you can do combo extensions like with the move. With Nair 1. Like with Croy, you can do like Nair 1 into up smash, and it's like, you'll see, I think it's Rivers, go for kill confirms with that quite a bit. Combination of Marth's fall speed and the hitbox just being inconsistent, either because of that or because the move data is just different. I think I can't hit it. I got it fairly quickly when I was testing to see if it worked. No. See, it's a lot less versatile, but it feels really awesome to go for. And so I can't not recommend it, because it's incredibly, incredibly fun. Really? Okay. A little bit higher. And while I'm on that, I want to say that Marth is an incredibly fun character to lab because of how versatile Marth's moves are. Right? Marth's moves are very, very versatile, and also they because of how little people use Marth, it can be really rewarding to sort of like discover things on your own without like a guide. And just like you'll see people like I don't see many people go for, I can't hit it. Many people go for that hitbox on down air, which can combo into different things from the other hitboxes at different percent windows. It's usually the one I prefer hitting. You'll see moves like up air can combo into such a large variety of things in such a huge amount of different ways. I'm going to stop talking about the neutral air for a bit here and go into back air, because I use back air Backer is a fairly straightforward move. It really serves one main purpose, and that's killing. They might need to be a little lower for me to actually get this in time. Yeah. Its main job is to kill. I enjoy using it to edgeguard, as you see here. Because it feels really nice, and also because the move lingers for like 3 or 4 extra frames in forwarder, and 4 of those frames are all at the very top of it. It also hits fairly low, like this will tipper, yeah, because of how low it hits and the way the arc is. But it also hits like super duper high. Like that lingers for so long, and I use that to sort of kill confirm consistently and anti-air, because I was really close to tippering that. If I just drift back a little bit more there, yeah, that'll hit her. Honestly, I like using it for that purpose. Really? Why isn't it path falling? And yeah, it's just like a raw kill move that is also really good as an anti-air. That didn't... What? You have a lot of versatility with it. You'll see me sometimes, I'll be recovering with backer with my back facing it because it covers a wide arc. Sometimes I want to have a faster move out, so I'll just switch what direction I'm facing. It's like if I'm facing away from them, I'll just like backer them when I'm coming back to stage, throw it a forwarder if I need to. I usually don't, but if I'm scared, I'm going to do that. And if I need something faster, I'll also generally go for that. Okay, going back to neutral air real quick, now that we've talked about that. If you get near 1 and you want to get kill confirms off of it, word of warning, DI heavily affects this. I think I'll kill at this %, but this move usually kills at a similar % as back air. I don't know when those % actually are. But the thing about this, Nair into up kill confirms is that they're super DI-able, and that's why you have to try and mix up their DI. Which you can do by going under them. Sort of hard to do at the very edge. Like if I am under them, they'll get sent upwards. Because the hitbox on the inner side of Marth, when Marth uses uppy, you'll see the one that is closer to his shoulder. That one has like a special angle that will send in direction Marth is moving, I'm pretty sure. You hit it at the very beginning or like a couple frames after the very beginning, it will send upwards. Which is really important. And also could do that because it's not consistent, but it's hilarious to go for. And highly recommend going for it and figuring out how to make it consistent. Some characters, I don't think Min Min's one of them, depending on which way you're facing and which angle you do on the Dolphin Slash, depending on how you angle it. You can get some pretty funny shenanigans. But yeah, it's good to know that you need to go under them to get that sort of mix-up. And you also have enough time. Notably, you don't want to buffer these, because you don't want to buffer these kill confirms out of Nair, specifically. Because Tipper Nair has a lot more hit lag than, like, the regular one. So if I buffer it for this, I'll get that, but if I buffer it the same way for this, I'll get that one, for like the Tipper one. The Tipper one has way more hit lag, so you have to time it differently. I think offline you can react, but it's not something I'm personally used to. Yeah, you can definitely react to it, it's just not something I'm really used to. And you can also combo into other moves. If they're at the ledge here, I can just go for Nair 1 down air. I can go into Nair 1 and then short up, wait a bit, and then go into this. I've never actually tested if this works or not. Okay, it does work. Min Min's is really hard to... Like, Min Min is incredibly difficult for some reason to hit with this because of the way she sticks her foot out. That's just a general trait with the fighting game characters in this game, is that their hurtbox animations are really tough to deal with. Like, I'm pretty sure just up air just doesn't work on, like, characters like Terry and Ryu. Like, Sheik's up air just, it doesn't work. Usually you have to SDI to get out of that move. Like, if you SDI up and she's trying to land or, like, drag you down, you can get out of it. But yeah, it's a mess. You can also, at higher percents, I think it's on floaty characters, if you do an IDJ, it makes it more consistent that it will tipper. than just like a point blank short up. I think it only works on floaty characters though. So there's a lot to tune there. Well, I'm here. I don't know if I've talked about up air. Up air is extremely versatile. Oh yeah, also, sorry. You want to make sure you pivot. You do pivots with that. You want to do pivot forward smashes. Because like that right there, that won't tip her. At least at most percent, it's like, that won't tip her. You want to do like a pivot forward or a pivot back, especially depending on how you lay die. This is super hard to time. Like I did a pivot back there. Did a pivot forward. It's difficult to show at this percent. Because I get sun up so high, so I'll lower the percent a little bit. I think this might be too high still. It's like, if I'm in place there, that won't tip her. But if I drift back, I can get, or if I do a pivot backwards, I do it. And that works because in the first couple of frames of your initial dash, you can cancel it into another dash. Or in the first, I don't know if it's like different for most characters. And that's what lets you do this. You can also do jumps, which is why Jer works for Roy and Croy, or both of them. You can also cancel it into up smash, and there's some pretty fun shenanigans you can do with trying to get that right there. That's like I don't think you can regularly do a reverse up smash out of an initial dash, but if you jump cancel it, you can do a reverse up smash out of initial dash. So you have to do a RAR and then instantly press an up smash. It's like a 1 or 2 frame window, and you can't press them at the same time. I'm really happy I got that in like 3 tries. Because that's not something that I'm consistent at. And if you use stick jump or smash stick, like second stick, then it's significantly easier. So we're using this for forward smash, right? You can also dash attack out of it and cancel your walk, which is useful for some extensions out of lower percents, is just to do one of these because it extends your walking. I don't want to lower percent all the way again, but if you hit a notch on your control stick when you're in the first couple frames of your initial dash, you'll go into a walk cancel, which like doubles the length of your initial dash, which is really useful for a character like Marth. Yeah, like that. You can also hit the C stick in up, down, or backwards when you do this, but I've stopped using it. I'm trying to stop using it because I'm very consistent with the control stick method. It's just, but it also like reduces the chance that I'll accidentally input an attack when I'm trying to do it, like especially if I'm buffering something like that. So this is just a much safer option. And also, this same muscle memory also applies to if you want to stop dashing in the middle of it. Like, it's just a lot harder to do when you're trying to dash chance. You still can do it, but it's much harder. There we go. That pushed her far away. So yeah, up air is probably Marth's other best move, because up air does like a lot of stuff. Up air is a very versatile combo move, and it's your primary move that you're going to be using to look for punishes on people because of how versatile it is. Maybe a little lower. You saw me earlier just starting a combo with up air and kill confirming it in like 2 different kinds of ways. I think it combos into most of Marth's kit, if not all of it. Has more hits than the neutral air, or a neutral air 1 specifically. Oh, I also want to mention that the combos can be really tight at low percent with full neutral air, so you want to try and practice those. It comes into things like forward smash and stuff on all the eye. It's really good to practice, but I don't have the time or like the focus to sort of go through all of them. Yeah. Up air is like your go-to combo move. You can do everything out of this move. If you're fancy, you can do footstool, up B, which isn't useful. That wasn't it. I'm not good at it. There we go. Wait, does it just not work on some characters? No, okay. Also, while I'm here, forward smash, and I was talking about forward smash just a moment ago. The reason why that works is because some characters have hurt boxes in their feet, and some characters don't. Learn which ones they do. Generally, if they go into, like, tumble like this, have to be a lower percent, though. for them to not like instantly be able to tech. Like if they're on the ground like that, I'm just gonna go back. If they're in downbound, and you can catch them on it, then it makes it much easier to catch if you don't hit the jump, because they'll be lower to the ground. I don't know, I'm struggling with it so much. I've done it, this is the one that I don't usually practice and what you usually see me hit. You also want to delay it like that because the timing for hitting the downbound bounce and neutral get up or neutral tech are very similar. So yeah, this one, depending on the character, they might get some lower stuff. I won't do it much more here, yeah, I'll stop. But yeah, that's good stuff to know. And that was some of what I was talking about earlier. Doing dash cancel to get closer. It's fairly tight though, but I would like to get used to it. Like I can, if I do two dash cancel walks, I can probably get a third attack up here on this DI, which is really cool. At least I think it's cool. Anyways. And because of how versatile upper is, it's, like, a lot of people, like, view marth's, like, main combo move as, like, downer. But, marth's upper is also very good at it. And serves a lot of similar situations as downer would. But it's a lot safer. It's -4 on shield. It's -4, I think. It might be -3, I don't remember. It combos into basically marth's entire kit. You can kill confirm it into up smash at a very tiny % window on some characters, like just 2 up airs. You can combo it into forward smash at lower %, but it will never kill confirm from what I understand, unless you have poor DI, which is reasonable. But DIing this move doesn't get you very far because it sends straight up. And marth can always follow the drift, although it can make it difficult. Or maybe not always, but it's like situational if you can't follow it. One time my friend Albie said, any character that can combo 3 up airs in a row are top tier. And marth can combo like more than that. It might have too much, it might have too little hit stun at that %. No. So you're seeing me right there getting really consistent tippers. That's sort of also what this move is known for. The tipper hits like super duper low, which will hit a lot of grounded opponents way easier than the weak hit, and it also hits the most furthest out. And most of it is like on marth's body. The tipper hitbox, the weak hitboxes. So it's like if you want to hit a tipper for some reason, it's fairly consistent. Go for that move. The downside is you usually have to go for the back hit as a result, and the back hit doesn't tipper on most characters, and the characters it does, it sometimes needs to be on a specific idle animation for it to actually even to hit, or just in animation in general. So this is only really useful in the air to go for. And generally I don't like try to go for it unless I'm trying to, like, I have a click and first setup, because up air is, wow, that didn't tipper. Up air is like one of marth's, the biggest % window on any like reactable kill confirm, like on DI. That works forever and kills from the ground too. It's gonna be sort of difficult to try and demonstrate that. So also you want to like try and drift back a little bit if you're gonna go for the front hitbox for kill confirms, because of the way the move works. Okay. Sure. Did you? So this is I've killed people in a lot of positions where they're like, what, that killed me? Because this is like, how did that not tipper? Okay, so like the second frame of the move is less consistent, and that's also why you want to drift back, because you don't want to risk hitting that move. I think it's caused by interpolation hitboxes and the sweet spots, or the sour spots being a lot more generous on the second frame of the move. You know, and generally you're just going to usually be doing this by accident, like hitting the back hit, the back tipper. Unless you do like stuff like this. I don't know. Really? Here we go. Little sad that didn't tip her, though. That's sick. It's incredibly good. I think if I get the... I can still kill them with... Maybe not here. But if I get the first frame of down air, then I can kill them. Because the first frame of down air sends really nasty out. No, I wanted to tip her. Down air serves a very similar purpose to up air, so I don't recommend it. This particular hitbox, though, has a lot more hit stun, so you can actually, like, get charged smashes on it. But it has so much hit lag where it can be super hard to, like, consistently buffer stuff if you're not used to it. And the move in general is, like, very, very slow. So you want to be careful about using that move. Okay. But you can get a lot of reward off of it, especially at lower percents for tech chase reads. It's sort of difficult to use, though. What I usually like to use it for is, I want Min Min over here. Okay. So what I like to use it for is, like this. No, you're going over here. Thank you. I like to use it for, like, ledge trapping. So, I don't usually use it rising, but I thought that doing a reverse dash attack to cover ledge was super cool, so I wanted to put that in the video. I'm not sure exactly how to do it, but I've been doing it semi-consistently today, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, usually I just want to do this, because this will, because of the way the hitbox sends, like if I do this, it sends super duper far out at a low angle. I think it will hit them. Yeah. So I want to do, like if I hit it right there, I can also catch get up attacks and neutral get up, depending on how you time it. I can catch rolls. It can either set up for a tech situation or spike them, which can lead to a huge punish, as you saw earlier with this. And otherwise, there's not much to do with it. It's definitely not my kind of move. Okay, let's get Min Min to center. There we go. I want to talk a little bit about marth tilts. This one's bad. This one is primarily used... This one's like -6 on shield, I think, if it's tippered. If it's not tippered, it's -9, which is not good. Sure, you can sort of like say, oh, it's this... But if you're like this far away, it looks like it's going to tipper, right? And if it doesn't tipper, it's -9. And if you're like this, it's pretty unsafe. Which is kind of sucky. Also, the thing I showed earlier, like that, also do it with for this move, but the percent window is a little tighter, and again on Min Min, very tight to go for. Same story. If you want to get in the air, delay it slightly, because if you do, if immediately after the full op you do it, then you'll drop too quickly. You want to delay it a little bit so that your boost puts you above them, sort of. You also want to have drift forward, because otherwise it'll be too far away. I'm sure that you can get this on Min Min, but you need to do something special, like delay the strikes. And that's something that I'm uncomfortable with, because I only started learning how to do this, like, the first time I tried making a video like this. Also, can we talk about how cool that animation is? Yeah, dawn tilt's very difficult to use. And I usually don't like using it. The situations that I do like using it, I just like to throw it out a couple times. It's not too slow. It has a lot of lag, though. So, like, even if you hit it, like, even if you hit the tipper right here, which I didn't hit the tipper, it has so much lag where it's really hard to follow up, because if it had less lag, I could combo it, or I could, like, tech chase with down smash. But down smash is incredibly good at doing that. I don't know how to. But if you have the right setup into down smash, it can cover, like, every tech option. And down tilt isn't generally one of those setups. Marth 4 tilt's a lot less underwhelming. So it's a very, like, you just hit the person over there. It's strong, it kills, it hits platforms very consistently compared to a move like forward smash. And it also jumps from ledge if I can hit them. And it just, if you're pressuring someone with forward tilt in the corner, it can be extremely terrifying, because if they try to jump out, just suddenly they get even easier to, like, tipper with it. Sometimes you might want to do this. This can make it like a really good anti-air because you're going forward. This is something I learned from the video. I don't take credit for it. Like the video I was mentioning earlier. So I like to use it like that. I think I need to use this move more. But it's like really, really good if you know how you want to use it, because it puts you into a very good position. It's not the fastest move in the world, and it can be fairly inconsistent. Like, sometimes it'll tipper when you don't expect it to. Sometimes it will tipper when you don't expect it to. But it's still, like, what it does provide on hit is good enough, and, like, if you don't hit the tipper, it sends it into tumble, which is good. And it's also, like, one of the more consistent, like, it kills at a pretty good percent, like, around the same percent that you would want neutral air killing. Might even earlier. It looks like it has a better angle. And a slightly higher knockback. At this percent. And up tilt, I really want to sort of lab this move out, because there's definitely a lot of potential with Marth's up tilt, because you can combo off of it into so many different things if you hit it like that. But those are things that I am not really familiar with. You want to be careful with this, because Marth is a little lean forward in the beginning of the move, which means that if you're spaced like this, it won't hit her. You have to be much closer to actually hit her. And I personally like to use it for, like I describe it as, I use this move to put my opponent into a bad position, not to combo with it or anything, just because if I put this move out, they have to respect it because of how quick it is. It comes out frame 6, I think. It has a lot of range. It kill confirms sometimes, I think, maybe. So it's a very, very good move. It's a little bit of a habit of mine, though. It hits fairly close to the ground in Smash 4. They added a little hitbox in this game from Smash 4 to cover its blind spot. I think the back hit will still go high above some characters, but the front hit doesn't anymore, which is the important one, because that's the one that comes out quickly. It has a similar situation to up air tipper, where like the way the arc works makes it very good at tippering, at least in the front. I haven't quite figured out how to consistently get the tipper on the bottom. But yeah, this move consistently sends my opponent into a bad position that they don't want to be in. And I really like that about the move. It's good for anti-air. Like if I just want to dash forward, right, and just up tilt, I can just do that. It's really, really good for that. I love this move so much. And I would be interested to hear what anyone else uses it for. It's usually used as like to catch landings and to frame trap, though. That's how I usually like to use it, but I really want to expand what I use it for. And now I'm going on to specials. So I really want to talk about Shield Breaker, because this was the one that I disliked the most. Because I personally use Nair to ledge trap. It's very effective for that. It's very scary. It provides it like involving Nair into your game plan is really good, because Marth's Nair is something you have to respect, and if you don't respect it, you're gonna get fucked up. But the video suggested using Shield Breaker, sort of like wireless move, which I don't know. Marth can like easily be challenged with that because of how far he moves his hurtbox forward. I'll go into a hurtbox visualizer later. This move is fairly generous to tipper, which is good. Like it also has the most range of like any of Marth's moves. I think those will kill, like just straight up. Yeah, that will definitely kill. There's no way that doesn't kill. And I personally enjoy using this move as like a long range burst option almost. It's frame 19, frame 18, so it's like it's technically reactable, but no one's reacting to it if especially if you don't spam it. And they have to pick such a fast option to get a good punish on you. Because this move has a little bit of lag. Like it does have enough lag where you can get a hard punish on it, but it's not a move you really want to contest. And I can just change the charge a little bit if I know I have an extra time to, which can significantly increase my reward. Like if I do no charge, if I get sense, if I do slight charge, come on, like that's a little bit more, which is really cool. I haven't found a way to like consistently combo into it in good positions though, because it's just slightly too slow. I've tried labbing this out, by the way. I've spent hours trying to figure this out. It might just be that I haven't found a good position to use it. But it's really, that actually probably could confirm, but the DI is sort of difficult to use. The way I prefer using this move is I like to use it as a lancing option. Like I'll do beer verses and wave bounces with it, like that. I think on the ground also, if you wave bounce it, it will like slide you back, kind of like Sheik's Needles, like a noticeable amount. Oh yeah, that's really good. This is the same case with Marth's or Roy's neutral B. If you wave bounce on the ground. It's actually one of the first things that I started discovered, but it seems to be much better than Sheik and probably also Croy's. But it sends you so far back. Like, and unlike Croy, it's not as effective in the air because of the way Marth's airspeed works. So yeah, I like to use this move as like a burst option to try and get a quick stock, or if I need a stock. And since it has such a large amount of range and a lot of utility, sometimes I use it to jump over quick projectiles. Like I'll dash forward to you, and then I'll dash forward, do a short up like this, and then throw that out. And if you're trying to edgeguard you, I might throw it out. Not usually, but I started to use it more in like more creative ways. And just be a very scary move to sort of deal with. Like that. I don't know how many frames this lingers actually. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it lingers for 3 frames, so it's not a bad option to catch it. I don't think I mentioned this, but this move lingers for 6 frames. Like the tipper on up smash, that move lingers for like super duper long. I think I might need to hit them in hand move. I really like this move, Shield Breaker. And also you can also use it as this, but it like, not on its own, I don't think it's very good at shield breaking. I really like using it in tandem with Nair and aerials, but it's not what I primarily use it for. I just primarily use it for to get a little bit of reach in the matchups that I need it, which is where you mostly see me use it, and then I'll also use it to get a quick stock, if I think I can get one in, because it's fairly forgiving. If you have the right spacing, you'll usually get the tipper, unlike a lot of Marth's moves. Or like, you know, and how it feels, not in actual case, because how the moves work, because it's a game. I love this move. Super duper cool. At ledge, I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did. But I like to do up on that because it makes it much easier to get a tipper. Because otherwise, if they're at ledge, they'll get a prat fall, which sort of changes the timing, especially on fast fallers. It makes it incredibly difficult to get a follow-up afterwards. So I like doing that instead. And in general, I like to do the second one, or either that or that to get keep someone closer to me. And there's just a lot I could go into about this move, and I don't really want to because I don't think it's very interesting. It's just a whole bunch of little tricks that I've learned. I'm not an expert on the move either, but I have learned a lot of like little tricks that are very, very useful to know. But Minion's also fairly hard to demonstrate it on because of the way her Hitbox works. Also, IDJ up air is very terrifying, or like a quick double jump up air. Because it makes it very hard to not tipper. Counter, I've sort of tried to use for more things, because I really think counters are funny, but I haven't found any funny situations to use it in. You can use uppy. I've talked about this a little bit on some characters who are footstooled. I'll go do a character that I know you can use it for later when I go to Hitbox Visualizer. But yeah, you can sometimes do some really funny shenanigans like that. Is that everything? Is that really all the moves? Okay, cool. I'll go into, well, you also do some funny shenanigans like this. I don't know if Minion's tall enough, though. Or, you can actually do really silly stuff like that. I love doing that. I think they're a little too... Like, if I put their percent higher, I can do some really funny shenanigans. Also, I didn't expect that up smash to kill. Right. But this is fairly tight because you have to do a fast fall and you have to hit on the frame. Okay, now they're too high. What? I'm surprised this is working as consistently as it is. But it's fairly tight and Minion's kind of short. It's definitely the bob, isn't it? Yeah, let's see if I can get it. So I've found that I want to, like, delay things very slightly. come on. Because I noticed that it wasn't even coming out a lot of the time. There we go. I think I got it. Now I'm in a different position. Now I can get it. No. Okay, let's see that pivot in action. No. Come on. I can do it. I got it so many times when I wasn't recording. Yeah, let's go the other way. There we go. So yeah, I think I mentioned this earlier, but when a meteor, when you hit a meteor, it increases the amount of hit stun applied if you're popping them off the ground, because the way that sort of works is that it decreases the knockback, and hit stun calculation is directly tied to knockback. So it increases the knockback, but when you hit someone against the ground, it reduces the knockback by a number, by a percentage. But it doesn't reduce the hit stun by a percentage. That's why you can get some of the biggest punishes off of those kind of moves. And it's why moves like in Melee, Falcon Stomp Knee is very, very lenient. Sorry about that. Let's go into Hitbox Viewer. Hey, okay, so I'm back now. You'll see that I have Hitbox visualizations on. This soon. So you'll see, actually this is sort of hard to fix the camera. If I, you'll see, corrin's feet right here. It sort of clips it, just kind of like that. And then you see there that it overlaps with her foot. If I go over here, however, and try to hit it, you'll see that I don't come anywhere close to hitting corrin's foot. Unless it's like in an idle animation like that. Like that. That's really important to know. And the way, I think I also have noticed that the way corrin sort of moves her body and hits them makes getting tippers of that significantly easier. I want to do the thing. You'll see that some characters also go really low when they're in grounded hit stun. How do I hit that? Yay. I really want this. A little lower then. Let's go to like 15 or 14. I just really want to get this at least once in the video because I'm really proud of it. Come on. Ah. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get it. It's not like the easiest thing in the world, but I promise that this is a thing. I think I tested on a Leaf Fit trainer. If anyone wants to try this for themselves. I won't be showing, this is kind of why I don't want to show any other Nair combos, because some of them are pretty tight. Especially some of the cooler ones that I don't practice. And also usually don't go for... Seriously? No. This is so sad. I think that I picked up a couple tricks for doing this, like staying further away. And I can still get the down smash. Or taper the down smash, even. But this is tough. I want to remind everyone that down smash is significantly is faster. Maybe not significantly, but it is faster than down tilt, and also gives you much more reward than down tilt. It has more utility than down tilt. A lot scarier to get hit by than down tilt sometimes. Sometimes. No. See, this is heavily dependent on things like weight, fall speed, and like a character's grounded hit stun animation like that. Like if I delay it too much, then they're out of hit stun, but if I do it too early, then you'll notice I don't hit it at all. Because they're not invincible when I do that, but they are still in hit stun. So you see that she can only shield after a certain point. So I'll stop doing that. We can see now that this little hits below ledge. And like down tilt also hits below ledge, but not as well. Does it hit below ledge? I don't actually know. Kinda. And so I kind of wanted to like show the hitbox to this as well, especially this frame. This is the sort of frame that I kept getting mess ups on, like the second frame of the move. So this is the one that I'm hitting, and this is the one that is complicated because the orange one overlaps the blue one here a lot more. And it's just here, so it makes it a lot more awkward to hit, and then it has a pretty big blind spot. It's so fun to use, this move. I love it. We also see that this lingers for a bunch. If we hit this too far away, then we can consistently get that. It's pretty consistent. She comes back here. Really. Like, please don't do an idle animation. Huh? So yeah, the hitbox is slightly too big for its own good. It doesn't work as intended because of it. Really? That's pretty good. I really wanted to look at, I really wanted to look at back air's hitbox in the interpolation. I think it's really interesting. Look how much space that covers. Wait, does it not linger as long as I thought? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, it does linger. It's just not as much as I thought. Alright, that's good to know. This is good to know that this doesn't hit directly above Marth. It hits right here. I think it should be like, at least like a third of the sword strike a little earlier. I don't know. Neutral air is hell, and this is sort of like, this either Z-axis is, this right here. These hitboxes can cause a lot of fun shenanigans, and I love it. What? And I also wanted to touch on this. This frame of the animation right here, this looks like it's going to make the hitbox make Marth lean a lot more forward, but no, it just goes straight down. It is super duper deceptive. It's like, this looks like it will come close to reaching corrin, but it'll come like nowhere close. This will be even better, I think, because this won't hit, yeah. That's good to know. And these hitboxes just are a mess. Just play around with it a little bit. I don't really know where to talk about it. I don't know how to get down air's hitbox actually while I'm here. That's all. Okay, so the weak hit sun's up here, and the other ones are both. Okay, so one of them is Sakurai angle, and the other one is, I think, is like based on which way Marth is moving, I think. And then there's an additional hitbox that spikes right here. It looks like the blue one also might spike. And yeah, it swaps. Yeah, so they added a little blue hitbox right here that, or the dark blue hitbox that helps, or purple, whatever, that helps cover the blind spot in this game. That's good. It'll cover a bunch of space. It's really nice to look at. Forward tilt, I think, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of lingering frames, but we'll see here that it starts super duper low to the ground, and this can be really funky against a lot of situations. I don't like it, but it makes it inconsistent, and then that tipper is, this is just a mess of a hitbox, and then it sort of ends. But yeah, the tipper gets much easier to hit when people jump because of the arc that is now going in, and it still lingers. I like how he just has a hitbox on his head. This one's bad. It's a bad hitbox. We'll see. Well, we could have saw right there that if they're at this percent and I hit them with this one and they go on the platform, you'll see that their hitbox is a lot lower. There's definitely a consistent way to get this. Like, look, they just go so much lower when they land on a platform. Okay, we're just going on this side. This will be a lot more consistent. I was saying. So yeah, corrin's hitbox is... I messed up. Really? See, corrin's hitbox just goes a lot lower on average, or when they're just idling there. And that makes it much more consistent and less committal to go for the little pop-up. The little pop-up thing. Or the, not the pop-up, to go for a forward smash there to hard punish them at really low percents. Like, that's so much more consistent to hit. And I don't have to be nearly as particular with my spacing. At least on that. Right? And then you can also just time it so that it lines up with the timing on neutral get up. If you want greedy punish, you can do that. I don't know. Like, I just wanted to mention that because I thought that was something I like doing. Summon air dodges, generally you can do. If you're looking for an air dodge is generally what I've started to try and do. It's very something new. I try to wait the air dodge animation out, and then go for an up air. Air dodge frames are a lot longer in this game than I thought they were, and then go for something like that. I think that's super effective. This is getting an up air, like a falling up air off of a platform, is much more difficult on fast fallers, especially short fast fallers like Joker, because their hits on animations a lot more difficult to hit when they're on the ground. So the timing on your up air is really specific, but you can get a ton of reward off of that up air as well. So it's sort of worth going for. This is a mess of a hitbox. So this is probably the one that sends behind Marth, depending on your drift. I don't like this move. It's really funny. So if you hit that last part of the move, like the one that sweeps back up right there, it's really funny because it can like push them backwards. You can also angle this move. Like, that was angling it up. That was angling it none. And then you can angle it forward. There might be a couple degrees in between there, but generally you want to practice the one that I just did where you go straight up. Like that. Because it gives you a little bit more distance, which may be important when you're super duper low. And I'm not good at it. Something you can do is be reverse and then hold back immediately. It's sort of hard to do, like, buffered, I find. But it can make it a lot more reliable. I don't know. I can't do it. I don't think any of those are it. And I want to talk a little bit, like, more finally about neutral air. This move is, again, super terrifying. It controls so much space. It lingers forever. It's very strong. It combos. It does so much. And an effective Marth play heavily relies on using the move in tandem with his other moves to make it sort of like put you into a position where it's super duper scary to get to really do much. This is sad. Let's see. I'm gonna try just a little bit, just a second, to see if I can get this encore. And yeah, there we go. So it looks a lot better when I get it the first try, doesn't it? I only recently learned how to do it because first place I saw it didn't have an explanation on how to do it. It just showed that it existed, and I couldn't find anything that told me, so I had to learn it myself. But that was kind of fun. Except for the fact I was trying to do something else, and then I just got distracted by that. These are good. Oh, and also I want to see if corrin is one of the characters that gets hit by this. Come on. Really? Is it? Does it really not hit corrin? This is sad. It can vary a lot. There's a lot of variables to if it works on a character and how you angle it and what way you're both facing. So who knows if it actually doesn't work? Who knows? And I want to talk a little bit more, just finally, on characters like the Spaceys that have not the best recoveries. I started like doing this. Because the weak hit sends at a very awkward angle and stuff. It can also reverse hit, which just basically kills them. You have intangibility at the very beginning of the move. And it's extremely difficult to tech the strong hit. Like, it's very difficult. You can't really react to it. You have to do it preemptively because of how quick the move is. And another little tip with the move, to get consistent trumps. Like sometimes I might miss one of these like that, or like that. You can just press up B towards the ledge, and you'll just always grab it. The timing seems more strict than it was in Slash 4, which is important to note. But it does exist. You can probably do something that I've started to do is this. It's really not worth it. But if you hit them, then it makes the angling back just much easier, because then you can just hold back in the hit lag animation, and you'll always get the backward facing one, which means that you'll live. But if you don't hit it, I guess with that same muscle memory, actually, it's like an option select, you'll go back to on stage. I'm not very good at it, though, or doing it consistently. So I really want to start doing this more, because I think it's super, like the dolphin slash to ledge, because I think it's super useful. Whenever I play Marth. Again, I'm not really a Marth player. Another thing, actually, I didn't like about the other video was that they sort of talked a lot about it as if sort of like against something and not in favor of Marth. It was like not considering Marth in a vacuum and like trying to prove something to people. I don't know quite how to describe it, but I didn't feel like a genuine interest in the character and wanting to make a guide, almost. This would be really funny if I could get it. No, I started ascending too. Oh. And this is another thing where if you like get that one hitbox on Dolphin Slash, that sends like the very last bit of the move that that sends backwards very consistently. I think you can combo back air out of it at the ledge if you cancel it at the ledge, which is kind of silly, but it's not super easy to react to. And if you miss up, then you can put yourself into a pretty bad position. I'm having a really hard time getting off a ledge. I mean, so is this corrin, because I'm just like punishing them just for touching it. Oh well. I hit it once, and that's okay. Kinda wish I could get it more, though. Oh well. There we go. Do one more try. So that's the end of this. I hope you had a good time. Maybe you learned something, which is kind of the goal. I hope it wasn't too negative on the other person's video. I mostly just wanted to try and teach players that might be interested in Marth after seeing the video some more different things. I didn't watch the whole video, so I'm not entirely sure, but I watched most of it. Yay! Yeah, so thank you.